Hi, my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. So I still have the critters up because I forgot the crab. Mr. Krabby up here. I forgot all about him because I had placed him in another spot because this is so long will do in the future with my porch swing fabric. So yeah, so he's up there now. So let me just take the other camera and we can look at it all straight on. Here they all are. Now there's a crab. See, add the crab. They are in a slightly different position because I had taken all the animals down and then found out the recording didn't work. So I put all the animals back up for you because I really wanted you to see this. Now what I did is there was some extra fabric just from the other projects that I've just put behind. So you can see how that little butterfly there and the one up there, the bigger one, floats a little better now. They don't mush in to the background, so you can see how that framing that I talked about the other day really is going to be key to getting all of these to pop. Yeah, so he might be a little bit longer quilt is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to now I'll take them down again for real. Well, today is Scrappiness is Happiness Day, so I'm debating. Usually I'm like taking everything down, putting Scrappiness is Happiness up there, and I really like putting it up there because one, we get to see the whole thing, and two, it kind of makes me do the sashings. So I guess I'm going to take these critters down for now. If any other critters come in, then I'll put them up again when I get those. And I'm debating on the aqua. I think the aqua looks good, but I think like pale pink or just white squares would look good. So I don't know. I'm not setting it right now. Maybe that's a summer project. Maybe in the summer. I have to get some of these sew-alongs wrapped up so we have a few less going on so I can do some things like this and have some fun with them. Okay, I wanted to tell you, I've got my Super Quilter shirt on. This S for Superman, for Super Sloan. I don't know. I just felt like I needed some energy today. So I thought, I haven't worn that for a little while. Mine's a long sleeve. So I got double layers because it is still a little chilly. It's still a little chilly out. It's only the beginning of March, so I should not complain. It is not bad, but yeah, have to do a double layer. I want to take a moment before we go any further to thank all of you, every single one of you that participated. You and you and you and you and you back there. A year ago on February, I got this note, February 28th, so I missed the actual 1 year, but just a few days ago, a year ago, just a few days after Russia invaded Ukraine, most of us were shocked. We couldn't, we felt helpless. We wanted to be able to do something. And so I looked around. I asked my friends at Orifil, for some recommendations for some charities that they thought would be good. And we decided together that the UNICEF, which helps children, would be the way to go. So we did a fundraiser for Quilters Stand for Ukraine. And I wanted to tell you what the amount is as of filming this, because people can still add. You can still add to it. We are at $238,468.21 that has gone to help the children of Ukraine. And of course, unfortunately and sadly, it is still an issue today for that country. I've got the link down there, and we made our flags, we made our banners, we made quilts, we sent quilts, we did a whole lot of things to support Ukraine and tell them how much we love them and how much we think about them. And I still do. I have neighbors who are Ukrainian. We see the flags they hang, and neighbors hang flags. So it is just a constant thing that's out there. But I wanted to congratulate all of you for putting so much quilt love out there. So you gave not only your money, but you gave your heart and your soul. So I appreciate it. Mwah! Thank you. All right. We're going to go talk about Scrappiness is Happiness, the next block. I will take the critters down. Oh, I feel sad taking the critters down, but they'll end up back up there again. So I'm going to take the critters down. We're going to go to the other table, get the block, fabrics picked out, and then see what it looks like all together. And just before we go to the other table and before I take this down, I thought, oh, let me just see how that aqua all looks. It is looking awesome. I definitely am excited to finish this one. Now there are still way more aqua. There's a bunch here. So I may actually, I should count all these. I may actually have enough to do the quilt. I wonder if I do. I wonder how many I want. Oh, I'm thinking this would be for my bed. If I do it for a queen size bed, yeah, I probably need more. But I'm going to count them. Okay, I'm back here. I had to go and sort of count what I needed. Let's say I was going to do a quilt 90 by 90. That means I would need 12 blocks across, and I have about 7 rows of the 12. So it'd be 12 rows by 12, 12 rows of 12 blocks. Yeah. So I still have a ways to go. To make it that big, a 90 by 90, because I like a drop. I like the bed to have the quilt drop over the sides pretty far. And I could even, if I wanted, I could put a little border around it. Maybe not. It does. I don't need that. But yeah. Okay, so I still have so about 4 rows of 12. So I will keep making them. I'll have these blocks to play around with for a little while, because I might start setting them at one point, but generally, I have to set it in chunks, because I obviously cannot put that many up here at once. What do I have across? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's 9 I can go across, and I need 12. So I will probably do like 4 quadrants, and then have each of those, then just double check where the quadrants match, so that they don't like have the two same fabrics touching each other. Well, they can't really, because it's the aqua and white alternating, but still, if I rotated a block, just check all those kind of things. All right, okay, now we'll go to the other side. And I will put Scrappiness is Happiness up on the wall. The block this week for Scrappiness is Happiness, which is a sew along we're doing from Lori Holt's book, where she has all these scrappy quilts, and then she also has the directions to do just one block, and then we're doing that in the sampler layout that she gave us. And hosting this is the Fat Quarter Shop with Lori, so we're sewing along because it's fun. This is called the Checkerboard Star. It has a little checkerboard in the middle. There it is in repeat. And the book, of course, being a scrappy book, it has all the quilts shown as scraps. A lot of different fabrics from Lori's collections. So let's take a look at color placement, because this is going next to the Santa hat, which in my quilt is white. So because of my colorway I have, and then it'll be above a block that has a big yellow center. So let's take a look at how they all are sort of laid out before we pick fabric. All right, here we go. You can see the colorations. It's really very balanced to me. I really like it. There's chunks of white, there's pops of yellow, the aqua. Where we'll be working is right here. This is where the block will go, just to the right of that hat. This block is actually right underneath it, so it'll be shoved over more. And this space, it's a little too squished up, so that's a little too narrow. It will be more, like this block has to be shoved over more, and the block we're doing will be out to here. So this isn't quite to scale, because my design wall isn't actually wide enough for this quilt. So I will have to sort of wrap it around the edge somewhat when we actually are getting a full length done. So that's where it will go. And I have some thoughts on what colors will work best there. So I definitely want the background. So the star is going to float on the background, so it'll be on this blue, and that's the same fabric I'm using for the sashing in the pattern. When you have the layout pattern now, so if you're doing the layout, and I have several of those I can cut after this block is done. So this will be the background. Now I think I'm going to mimic her colors with what I'm doing. I think I'm going to mimic the aqua and the yellow, because there is quite a bit of white and there's that center yellow, but there's not a lot of aqua up in this corner. So let's take a look at the aqua. These are Beverly McCulloch's Flamingo Toes fabrics that I'm working with and adding in some of my own fabrics, including from her fabric, another of her fabric line. That little mushroom isn't used over here. So let's see, how would that little mushroom look? I need light. There's all the checkerboard would be nice. The checkerboard would be nice for the big piece here. These 4 big units be the checkerboard. Okay, I like that. I like the checkerboard. The center will definitely be something white. So let's just go with the bees in that little checkerboard in the middle. So we'll set that off to the side right now. And so I need to get, move this over. So I need to get a yellow for the 4 corners. There's a lot of yellow. I have a lot of yellow options. Did I use this one yet? Oh yeah, I just used this one the other day. And the chickens. So I want a lighter yellow. So there's blues. So it's not the checkerboard, of course. And I don't really want the dot, I don't think, because that feels, I think something like this, like the flower. There's the other flower, but I like this scale flower. And I think that would work well. And then the middle, because what if I put a little bit of stripe, white and stripe in the center for the checkerboard? So, you know, in her, well, there she showed, you know, this is just solid colors, digital, but there you can see even in the books, you know, they're all different fabrics, but we're just doing one block and it has to coordinate and fit in with everything else. So I'm thinking that would be cute. So this would be the center, that little 9 patch in the middle, and then I will do these 2 as the main part of the block, and this is the background. Okay, I will sew that up. I love the colors, love the little 9 patch with the stripe. Do you like the stripes horizontal or vertical? Horizontal or vertical? Tell me in the comments. This is a big decision. So it goes up here on the other, next to this guy. So that is where it will live. Of course, you can't see it there. So yeah, so it's kind of like funky up in that corner, but I will take a picture of this and maybe I'll shove everything, I have to shove everything over just a little bit to the left and it'll be on my website today. So I'll take the picture. But yeah, that aqua is just perfect there. The aqua is perfect. And that gingham just did it. Okay, so I forgot to flip through to the next page to show you. If you don't have this book, you should pick it up. It's a fabulous book. But there is that little picture, a bigger portion of that quilt in the book. So you can see the different scrappiness of it. Okay, so my block a day, the ice cream cones. If you've been sewing with me for a while, I have used this fabric somewhere else. Maybe it was on the rainbow quilt. I don't know. I've used those ice cream cones, but I love them. Love them. Did I tell you I found milk cartons too on some of the fabric? So cute. I've got to do the milk carton soon. Okay, so there's a lot of directional ones for my block a day, my cheerful block a day from March, which is something this is my 3rd year, 2020, 21. Yeah, this is the fourth year for a block a day in March. Gets us through March to spring. Yes, simple block a day. Okay, I also counted and went through and put these into groups of 12. So there's rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 rows. So that is darn good. It's a little better than I thought. I thought I was a little bit less than that. So I've got 9 rows. That means I need 3 more rows of 12 blocks. Then I can do 12 rows of these aquas. So, and look, see, while I was sewing the block for today for Scrappiness is Happiness. The other thing I did, for my sort of leader ender project is sometimes when I have a fabric that I'm trimming down into 2.5 inch squares, there are like a section I cut something out of, or it's I'm trimming and it's not quite a 2.5 inch square. I get 2.5 on one direction but not the other direction. So what I end up doing is I cut them all so they're at least 2.5 the one direction and sew them together in a strip like this. Then I subcut this, recut this into 2.5 inch chunks. So I can go along and then put it in my container. So I did this as well. I did those 4 strips and this. So I am good. I am good to go. So I have 2 other things. One is our friend Trina in Virginia Beach, Virginia here. She sent me a wonderful card and a note, and in here she pulled out the directions for the umbrella quilt. She had the magazine and it was from McCall's Quick Quilts, May 2001. 2001. I only started designing for the magazine in 1998. And so 2001 was really early on. I remember doing this. I remember the fabrics. So yeah. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have to hunt as far through my stuff. Okay. And my other thing is I got all of my Jolly Bar rows, the Jolly Bar bonus border done. So this is the bonus border, right? And I did all of them. So I have them marked here. And I have to tell you, my eagle, those of you, the eagle eyes out there, you messed up. You totally messed up. I had an extra block on the bottom and nobody mentioned it. At least I didn't see where you mentioned it. So I'm like trying to figure out why this isn't working. And then I realized I had an extra. I'd forgotten that the cutoffs had enough for an extra. So this will go in the parts center, or maybe make a label with it or something on the back. So I have all of these done. Next week is this week. This week is the last blocks on Jolly Bar Day, and then the following week you get the layout from the Fat Quarter Shop. And so if you want to do the border, it's great to get that all done. Okay, my friend, you are making your block a day, and if you're doing Scrappiness is Happiness, this is a fun one. It's totally fun. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.